Hey guys, I'm Saumya, and on my channel Saumya's Bookstation I spread all the book love that I can. So if you are a reader or want to begin the habit of reading, do hit that subscribe button, and also do not forget to press the bell icon so that every time I post a video you get notified. So Section 377 has been scrapped and homosexuality has been decriminalized by the Supreme Court of India. So this is a landmark judgment and it was a much awaited decision and it has finally come. So I was thinking of posting a picture of the LGBTQ books that I love on my Instagram page, but then I thought why not make a video about it, because although I've talked about LGBTQ books before on my channel that I love, but I've never really made one video dedicated to LGBTQ book recommendations. So here it is. The first book is The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. This is a book that I absolutely love because of so many reasons. It's a beautifully written book. So this is the story of Achilles and Patroclus, who are two princes. Patroclus is not your regular prince. He's kind of timid in his personality, and one day, because of a mistake that he makes, he is exiled to the kingdom of King Peleus, who is Achilles' father, and there these two boys become friends and they grow up to become lovers. One day Helen of Sparta is kidnapped and Achilles has to go on war along with a lot of other princes, so Patroclus decides to follow him. So this is what the story is about, and it has been written magnificently. It gets a little bit slow from time to time, but because it has been written so beautifully, you do not really mind savoring it. A little bit slow it gets on its own, and a little bit you stretch it so that you can enjoy it for as long as you can. The love between Achilles and Patroclus is something to die for, literally, in this book. The next book is 11 Ways to Love. This contains 11 essays and it has a foreword by Gulzar. So these 11 essays are written by 11 different people. Mind you, these are essays, not stories. So these essays are actually based on true events. Now, out of these 11 essays, only a few are about the LGBTQ community, but they are very impactful and they lend you a perspective. Some of the other essays are about body image issues, being lonely, but some of them are about transgender romance. So the essays that are dedicated to these are the reason why I'm recommending this book, because they, as I said, lend you a fresh perspective, and since they are based on true events, so that I think makes this book a very important read, because this is a book that is going to broaden your horizon. People have shared their own experiences and they have helped the readers see the world from their eyes. The next book is Simon versus the Homosapiens Agenda by Becki Albertalli. So this is a story of a 16-year-old Simon who is yet to come out of the closet. He really wants to tell his family members and his friends that he's gay, but he is just not comfortable in doing so. But one day Simon's carefully hidden secret falls into the hand of one of his classmates named Martin, and Martin starts blackmailing Simon to set him up with Simon's friend, and Simon finds himself in an uncomfortable situation. So from here the story moves forward as we get to read about Simon's life through his perspective, and we get to read about his friends and his take on the world in general, and how he finds it difficult to step out of his comfort zone and how he really wants to come out of the closet. So this book is so heartwarming and funny, and also you cannot help but feel sad from time to time when you read about the predicament that Simon often finds himself in. Simon's character is very easy to connect to and he's endearing, and it's a well-written book. Next book is Tinman by Winman. So this is a story in which two boys, Michael and Alice, become friends at the age of 12 when they sort of grow up together, and as they grow up together they get really close to each other. But one day a woman named Annie walks into their lives and everything changes. The dynamic of their relationship changes completely. So this is a story about how you lose the ones that you love, how you lose friends, and how you become lonely but you learn to live with that loneliness, and how you eventually have to learn to forgive yourselves for the decisions that you took in the past. And also the story celebrates that even though some situations are sad, to feel sad is kind of inevitable in life, and things happen in life that are unfortunate, but you ultimately have to accept your life. The next book is Some Assembly Required, The Not So Secret Life of a Transgender Teen by Arin. So this book is non-fiction and it's a memoir of Arin, as he has talked about his experiences of undergoing a sex change operation, because biologically he was born as a girl named Emerald, but very early on he realized in his life that he does not really feel comfortable in a girl's body. So he has basically shared his experiences of how he came to that decision, and the mental and the physical trauma that he underwent because of that, and the challenges and the triumphs that came with his decision. So this is a very insightful read. When you read this book, you realize that you should be sensitive towards people. This book is not only well written, reading it is also a very educational experience. The next book is Curry by Amrita Patil. So this is a graphic novel and it's a story of a 21-year-old Curry. Curry and her lover Ruth both try to commit double suicide in the beginning of the story, but none of them is able to die. They both get saved and Ruth leaves the city. So Curry is left behind in the city all alone. So she tries to move on and we get to read the story from her perspective. So in this graphic novel, we get to read about her observations of the city that she lives in, which is Mumbai, and of the people that she interacts with, her flatmates, her colleagues. So her observations are very lucid and clear. Honestly, I liked reading this book as a spectator. I was not able to relate to her character even one bit, but the story has been written interestingly. Also, the illustrations in this book are mostly in black and white. Not all, some of them are colorful, but mostly they are black and white. So that gives a very serious sort of a feel to the graphic novel, and also these illustrations do the job. They are able to deliver the message that they are supposed to. The next book is Fun Home, a family tragicomic by Alison Bechdel. This is a graphic novel. In this book, Alison Bechdel has talked about her childhood and her growing up years and her discovering her sexuality and also her relationship with her father, which was kind of problematic. If you are not yet 18, don't even think of going near this book. I saved it for the last because the feel of this graphic novel is very depressing, and the main reason for that is the way Alison Bechdel has told her story. She has a very grim tone in telling her story all through this graphic novel. Alison Bechdel has been brutally honest about her life, and that takes courage. The kind of honesty that is there in this book, where she has talked about her life unabashedly, I admire and respect her for that. So these are the LGBTQ books that I really love, and I recommend you pick them up if you haven't already, because they're great. That was it for today's video. If you want to connect with me on my social media, the links are in the description box. I'll see you in my next video. Till then, bye bye.